What's up, geeks? Jeremy here with the Geekly Grind. I just needed to jump on the camera and talk a little bit about James Tynion and Martin Simmonds' Dracula #1 from Image Comics. And so I picked this up, or rather digitally, got a chance to read over it the other night after seeing Brad and Lisa from Comic Book Couples Counseling rave about it. And I am a big fan of Simmonds' art style from Department of Truth, and so I thought, well, I'll dive into Dracula and see what's up. If you listened to Comic Book Keepers, which I would highly recommend you do so, it's a great comics podcast, kind of under the Geekly Grind umbrella, and we recently did an episode on our top 5 favorite horror comics, and I put my fair share of manga in there as well. But I revealed on that podcast that I am a huge coward, just generally. I don't like horror movies. I don't typically like horror video games, but I can absolutely do horror comics. I enjoy horror comics and horror manga. I feel like I have a bit more control over that. And so, we talked about our favorite books and everything. And so, of course, I get hyped up on Dracula afterwards, and I just decided to dive right in because, I'm not afraid. This book's messed up. This book is thoroughly haunting, and Simmonds' style does a lot to create some very effective nightmare fuel in this first issue of Dracula. We have the character of Renfield, Dracula's sort of, right-hand man isn't quite the right word, just sort of chosen servant. And he is being investigated and kind of examined by this doctor who believes that his erratic behavior and a supposed murdering spree was influenced due to some sort of malediction in the blood. And that's kind of where the story kind of revolves around, that is conversations with Renfield and Renfield's allusions to his master, whom we all know to be Dracula. And it just kind of goes from there. It is spectacular. There's definitely a lot of sort of building tension to the horror that is coming, and yet even still there are semblances of jump scares in how vividly Simmonds transforms the visuals, especially with Renfield when he lashes out on a couple of occasions when they mention wanting to take his blood or try to cure him, and he sort of just transmogrifies into this hideous, horrifying, harrowing looking character, kind of like Bilbo in Lord of the Rings when Frodo goes to put the ring away, but obviously on a much higher level, much scarier level. And so if you are a horror fan, if you are a fan of James Tynion, if you are a fan of Simmonds' artwork, you need to check out Dracula. Like, you have to. It is very popular. It seems like it's selling out at a lot of shops. You can still find it, I believe, on eBay, or maybe your local comic shop still has it. So if you haven't had a chance yet, make sure you head down there and pick it up. But just absolutely blown away by this book. You should go out and get it. It's fantastic. And I'm looking forward to the next one. So until next time, enjoy those comics, friends.